Hello everyone, this is Dion von Moltke, and welcome to Lime Rock Park, the short bull ring. Here are going to be a few onboard laps with me on board the Flying Lizard Motorsports Porsche. Everything is small here. Even pit lane is extremely tight. The pit boxes are actually even smaller than we usually get. Really puts a lot of demands on the drivers and the crews to have good pit stops and good exits here when all the cars are all over each other. Well, here's onboard here, immediately out. This is through turn 1, we call Big Bend, into the only left-hander here, turn 3. Trying to get down to that curve just like that. Use the curve, get a better launch through turn 4, and get it on the straightaway. Don't want to use that curve. The curve there can really upset your car and get you kind of a bad exit onto this only real kind of mid straightaway. Into the slow speed chicane. We don't get to use the uphill famous corner around here, around Lime Rock, because the prototype cars and the GT cars will actually lift in the air and risk of flipping the car backwards. But anyways, here's into West Bend and into now the most famous corner around Lime Rock, the fast downhill corner. Get down to your apex, on throttle there. You really want to make sure you're on throttle at the apex to really settle down the rear end. Only time to really breathe around here is down the front straightaway. This track really creates a lot of demands on the drivers. It's hot. It was 88 degrees Fahrenheit. It was 90% humidity. The track temperature on the race day was 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Inside the cockpits, you bet it's even hotter. And it took a toll on a lot of drivers around here. You can really see, look at the steering wheel, you're never really straight here. You never get a chance. You're always breathing. You're changing brake bias. The temperature, the tires are really getting a lot of wear around here, especially on the heat. You're really hard on the rear tires. So in the race, in traffic, you're offline, you're dirty with the tires. You got to try to keep them clean, while you got to try to keep your car clean as well. And so this track has a lot of different demands on the driver as well as the car. You've got so many different variables that go into this. Here's actually now, I've just had one full clean lap. I think that's more than I had in the entire race. Back on the front straightaway, it's Alex Job car in front of me. We're practicing trying to test their cars. Now you see I'm running wide. I'm trying to let the muscle milk car by. You know, it's stuff like that, trying to let him by in an area that doesn't slow you down too much. So now he's going to go around the outside of the Job car into 3. Just barely gets by on there. You can kind of see a glimpse over what's happening around this track when you have 40, 50 cars in a 1.5 mile bull ring. It gets really, really tight. Now, back into the chicane, deep on the brakes as possible. Nice early turn and use all the curves. If you can't hit those red curves, you can really break his suspension piece over there. So mentally, the chicane is extremely difficult because you can be so precise. As soon as you put a tire on those curves, you have a chance to break your front suspension. And just like that, you're out of the race. Back down into the downhill again. On the throttle, nice and early. Good exit onto the front straightaway, sorry. Now back up through the gears. Talk to your crew a little bit. Tell them what's going on in the car. Have your chance to breathe. Deep on the brakes. Make sure you get nice and early turning. Down to that apex now. Let it drift out mid-corner. The front end really gets light here. Try to hit it hard and get on the throttle. That was a good exit there. Now, into the only left-hand turn here. You really want to use that curve, this extra grip on that curve, just like that. Now, into turn 4. Get a good exit. Just kiss the curve on the exit here. You can now see I'm on a cooldown lap here. I'm talking to my crew. I'm letting them know what's going on with the car. So when we come into the pits, we can make those fast changes to try to get the car better. Qualifying was about 10 minutes after the session, so we're really trying to use every second of this session to improve our car for qualifying and for the race around here at Lime Rock Park. Well, that was the onboard with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you guys in Moscow.